Hello, good afternoon. It's just about noon. It's like 12:30 on May 24th. Today I have, what do I have, four packages to get put together and shipped out. Um, we're going to go on a little road trip this weekend, so I want to get as much done now before we hit the road as possible. So I just had two orders from yesterday and two orders from today. So that reminds me, might as well add those two orders from yesterday to this tally board here. So keeping track of how many orders we get every day and which day of the week turns out to be the best day for orders. This is a box here that got returned, some items that were returned. I didn't even bother opening it. I'm sure it's fine, but I need to remember where it's supposed to go in the inventory and put it back there. So I'll have to look that up later today and get that thing stored where it belongs. What else? I went out this morning. I told myself to stop sourcing because I have more things than I can conceivably get listed in a practical amount of time. Like I have a full-time job, so I can only work on this eBay shop when I have the time to do it. So I'm trying to get 5 items listed a day every single day. And I've been on that schedule at least 5 items for probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I have plenty of inventory. I have stuff sitting around here all over the place that's just waiting to get listed. But last weekend I went out to a church rummage sale and their prices were unbelievably low. So they said they were going to be back this week and then 2 weeks from today. So I went over there and I ended up spending another $30 and just got, I think I did the math this morning, and that was like, by the time I averaged out the cost per item that I brought home from there, it's like less than 40 cents per item. I got a big box of, they're not super old, but some relatively old My Little Ponies. Most of them that I looked at were from 2002. So I don't know much about that market. I'm not an expert on it, but I did look up lots of My Little Ponies from 2002, and they came up to be averaging out between selling them in a lot. They're averaging out to be like $9 a piece. So they sold me this whole box for $15, and I think there were like 68 ponies in there. So I don't know what that comes out to. But then the other stuff I bought there, I spent $15, and then everything that I bought there averaged out to 40 cents per item. Then on the way home from there, I saw a garage sale sign, so I stopped to take a look at that. I got a few things there about $1 a piece. I got maybe 8 or 9 things there, maybe 13 things there. Anyway, I got a pretty cool Sony boombox. I got an old vintage crock pot, some old-timey staplers. So some of these things, like crock pot might be pretty good, and maybe I'll get $50 to $80 for that. I'm not sure. I haven't done a lot of research on that yet. The staplers I paid $1 a piece for. They're probably worth like 17 to 22 a piece, something like that. And then that boombox, I have no idea. I didn't even look it up. I just knew it was a Sony brand and has 2 tape cassette players on the front. I don't know if it works or not, but I grabbed it anyway. At that price, I couldn't really pass it up. Then I left that sale. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go home. And then I see another sign says garage sale this way. So I turned the corner, went to this one. This turned out to be an estate sale. That is a family-run estate sale, and they're really just wanting to get everything cleaned out of this house. So I got a bunch of old vintage hats. Some of them are in pretty rough condition, but they look cool enough that I think I'll do okay on those, especially because she only wanted to charge me $1/4 a piece for them. Then I got a bunch of Adidas sweat clothes, pants and sweatshirts. What else did I get there? I don't know. You'll probably see a lot of it coming up here soon as I'm listing it. And I spent about, I think, 68 cents per item there after I did the math on that. Maybe less. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it was 58 cents. I wrote all this stuff down and put it in different places. So those things are just waiting for me to get the time to get them listed. Then I'm like, okay, this time I'm for sure going home. And then I get to my block and there's a garage sale on my block. So what am I not going to go to it? And this is at a house that has been, we've lived here about 5 years and this house has been empty ever since we moved in. So over the last few years, there's been somebody coming working on the house, trying to get it cleaned out a little bit and doing some repairs and things. So when I take the dog for a walk, I've found quite a few things that they've thrown out during their cleaning up sessions. And that turned out to be okay, things worth selling. Some things I brought home thinking that they might be worth selling, and then I ended up throwing them in the garbage as well. So they had a sale there today, and I got about seven items there for $10. So what does that come out to be? Like $1.30 per item. One of them is like some kind of a hair curler that could be worth as much as $50, I think. Some vintage plastic, like collectible Native American stuff that looks like it's probably from the 40s. I don't know what that stuff is worth. And then I got a little Sony Watchman, a little tiny portable television. I don't think it's worth that much, but it's definitely worth more than the $1.50 or whatever I paid for it. So it's been a big day. That was just about in 2 hours I got all of that stuff. And that's gonna be enough stuff to keep me busy for a long time. So with what I have here already that needs to be listed, plus the stuff I just brought in, I really cannot allow myself to go out sourcing at least for a couple of weeks. And luckily we're going on vacation today. We're just going to be gone for a few days. So I won't have the opportunity to be sitting here thinking, maybe I can just run over to the Goodwill, or maybe I can check to see if there's any garage sales nearby, because right now I have more inventory than I can handle. I feel like if I was making just a little bit more money, I might be at the point where I need to bring in some help. But for now, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to put this stuff on the side and then sell it when I can, list it when I can. Okay, so right now we're going to get these 4 orders packed. 2 of them from yesterday and 2 from today. They're not too bad. One I was really happy to get this sale on, even though it didn't turn out to be a huge profit maker, but something that I've been wanting to sell for a long time. So. Okay, we're back and we're ready to pack. Let's go to the eBay app, which is right here. Paid. Okay, Genie accelerator. I'm going to leave the basket. I don't think I'm going to need it. Genie accelerator screwdriver. Those are over here. This is some garage door opener stuff. W4X. That's in the wrong shelf, but it's fine. I know where it is. Okay. That's coming up. We're going to pack this up. Let's put the basket away. I don't need it. Okay, next thing here is this. Has been sitting here for quite a long time. It's a Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers poster. I think it's from the 70s. Let's see what year. It's 100 years of Barnum and Bailey. So, see original listing. So this should have a lot of details. It's 1970 or 1971. I found this. Well, I'll tell you about it in a minute. But let's get these other items. There's books. Some of these religious books I've been posting lately have been flying right off the shelves. So BR3. BR3, that's in the other room. LR4C, this is called Valley of Vision. That's not it. Is this the little one? The Valley of Vision. That's the one. And then bedroom. Here's some more Bibles and religious books I'm interested in selling soon here. BR3. Through the Radio Bible. Holy Bible through the radio. Okay. So yeah, I bought these last weekend at that church sale, and I went back there today, and they have a lot of, there's one whole shelf. There's 2 rooms where they have stuff for sale. One whole wall of one room is all religious studies books and Bibles, and most of them are in pretty rough condition. This will fit right in here. Like, you know, they've been used and read quite a lot and marked up. And they've been stored. They've been stored in the church basement, so they have some. A lot of them have like warping a little bit, but it wasn't really clear if they were for sale or not. So last week I asked, "Can I buy these books?" Because there were some decent ones there, and they said, the lady was like, "Oh yeah, I mean those are really the church books, but we don't really use them anymore. So yeah, if you want to buy them, feel free to take as many as you want." So I just took a few, and then I went back today. They had the sale again this weekend. So I went back and I was looking at those books, and a different lady came up and told me, "Oh no, those books are not for sale." And I said, "Well, I bought several of them last weekend." And she said, "Well, you'll have to ask her." And I don't know who the her she was talking about, but I was like, these aren't books the ones that were left there were not ones that I was real excited to bring home anyway. So, I mean, they had a lot of them, and there was one particular title that there were probably like, I don't know, 40 or 50 copies of. And if those were worth buying, that would be a good multi-quantity listing where I could just list it once and then have all of those books be for sale. But they didn't really have a good sell-through rate or a good sales price. I think they were selling for like $11 if they sold it all, so not great. Okay, this is called Valley of Vision, a collection of Puritan prayers and devotions. Actually, I didn't get either one of these at that church sale. I got both of these at Unique. This is 0.14, 14 ounces, 9 by 7 by 4. And I bought this for $3 RB. I bought this for $3 at Unique on May 19th. So today's the 24th. I don't remember even going to that store on May 19th. I guess that would have been a Monday. Otherwise I wouldn't have gone there and I wouldn't have bought books. But here it is. That's in my notes. I bought it at Unique May 19th, last Monday, I guess. It sold pretty quickly. This other one I got at the exact same time. I do kind of remember now. So you can see this one has some damage where the book something must have been set on it and it was creased. So it was much worse. I turned the shower on in the bathroom and let the steam come off of it for a little while, and then I put that book in there for a few hours while the room was full of steam, I was trying to get some moisture into the pages without damaging anything. And then I took it out. After a while I took it out and put a weight on top of it and let it crunch down. And it did get a little bit better, but still has some wear on it. And I thought, I mean, this book is probably $40 if it's like in brand new, perfect condition, which it isn't. So I sold it for $23.99. Both of those books were listed on the 22nd. Today's the 24th, so they just took 2 days to sell. I'm going to wrap this in bubble wrap just to kind of try to put a little more tension on it to keep those pages squeezed down and hopefully get an even better repair on those wrinkled pages. But we'll see how it does. Okay. So both of these books sold today. I should have checked to make sure they weren't going to the same buyer. No, they're not. Pineapple. What are you doing, buddy? Pineapple. What are you doing? Come here. Come say hi. Here he is. Here's my boy. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's going into the room. He's looking for something to get in trouble with. Okay, through the radio. I don't know the story of this Bible. It's 3 pounds. Through the radio. I don't even remember the year. Was it 1960s? 1976? So they probably just had radio, Bible on the radio, and then they published a book to make more money than they would just off the radio program. G. That's my guess. Okay, 2 done. All right, this is a Genie extension kit for a garage door opener. I don't know what it does at all. I have no idea. I had somebody message me asking me about it. Like, does it have this or does it have that? I was like, whatever it says in the box, I don't know what else it has. I'm not opening it to find out. Anyway, I got this at a garage sale last summer. I got 5 of them, or 4 or 5 of them, I can't remember. They were $5 a piece. And there is what am I looking for? A knife. I'm going to try to turn this box into a box that thing will fit in. And I don't want to spend much time on it, so we'll see how it goes. You know what? I'm not going to do that at all. I'm going to cut this off, and I'm just going to wrap that. I'm just going to wrap it. Pineapple. Are you getting in trouble? The other day he came down and he was trying to get this big bird I had for sale. Little big bird stuffed animal. It was in a box and he saw it in there and wanted to get to it very bad. He doesn't do well with soft toys like that, so I had to make sure he didn't get it. Okay. I'm just gonna wrap this box. I probably could just stick a label on it and send it as it is, 'cause the person who's buying this is not buying it as a collectible of any kind. So having a perfect box wouldn't really matter. But I usually don't like to do that unless I like clearly stated in the listing that I'm going to ship it in the box, in the original box. And I did not do that, so I'm going to wrap it. And it won't take much time at all. This needs to be shorter. This one off. Okay, this I don't think I have a use for, but this would be a good piece of scrap for something in the future. Okay, I want these sides to flip up. And I'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. So that's perfect. And then one more corner and we're done. One more end, I guess. And do the same thing here. Corners, cut those off. Cut this off. Cut this center off. Okay, that didn't take too long. This might end up going to FedEx. Like, not this, but the next one. I hope it doesn't, because I don't want to be out. I want to be preparing for our trip today. I don't want to spend a lot of time driving around delivering packages. Okay, that'll hold that together. So those two Bibles, shoot, I bought them for, I think I got them for about $1 something a piece. Let's find out. Sold. Okay, yeah, each of those Bibles, I paid $3 a piece for them. One of them I sold for $18, the Valley of Vision, and then the Through the Radio for $23.39. I must have sent an offer on that this morning that I don't remember doing, but I send a lot of offers all the time, so I don't always remember which items I sent offers on. But it would not be, if it was a full price, it wouldn't end with 39 cents. It would end with 99 cents. I also put a Memorial Day sale on for this weekend. Just for the weekend. I was running sales all during April, and they were doing very well for me. I did a lot of sales in April. And then May, everything just dropped off a cliff, even with the sales going. So I typically run sales for 2 weeks. That's the length of time I've been using lately. And so when I had some sales started in May, and they ended on the 15th or the 16th, and I decided to experiment a little bit and just leave them off and see what would happen. And it feels like my sales picked up a little bit when the discounts went away, so that's strange. But I decided to leave them off for the second half of May. But then last night I decided I might as well set up a Memorial Day sale. So that's going from today until, from last night until Tuesday. And this is 2 pounds, 12 ounces, so call it 3 pounds. It's 15% off anything that is 90 days old or older. 19 by 3 by 2. Okay, who's this going to? BS. Oh boy. That guy's full of it. Okay, this one's done. Don't think I need that anymore. Okay, now this is the last thing I have, this poster. I have it in a tube, and then I put the tube inside of a box. I'm not going to take this out right now, but if I remember to, I'll put a screenshot up on the video so you can see what this poster looks like. It's pretty cool. It's like in a little bit rough condition, but still cool. And there are a lot of people who buy old posters and then have them restored, mounted on linen, and then restored back to original quality. So I don't know if somebody would do that with this. It's not like a $10,000 poster. I had listed for quite a while. I had it listed at like 120 or 130, over 100 anyway. This has been. I bought this on May 26th of last year, so I've had it for over a year, just about a year. What's today? 24th. So yeah, I've had it for a year. And I thought it would sell quickly. It was a lot of work getting the photos of it together. So I had to lay it out on my dining room table and then stand above it and try to get a shot straight down and get the whole poster. I think I might have taken multiple shots and then stitched them together in Photoshop. Can't remember for sure. Just to try to get a shot of the whole thing. Anyway, it's cool. And if I had the means to restore it, I might do that myself, but I don't want to spend the money. I wouldn't want to spend a few $100s on a poster that I'm going to hang on my wall. But I did like it. Okay, tape. Label. I got labels up here on the roller, and I'm going to use it to cover this old label. See how quick that was? Took no time at all. Okay, this is all glued, so it's probably fine, but who knows? Might as well put another piece of tape on here. Okay, so yesterday I had this listed for, like I said, over a year for over $100. I think I had dropped it down to like 90 a while ago. 1 pound 11 ounces. And how long is it? It's too long. It's going to be too long to go UPS, so I'm going to definitely have to take this to FedEx. 32 by, what is this going to be? It's 5 by 5. I'm overestimating these because I know I'm going to, right now I know I'm going to take this to FedEx, and they have a history of charging you extra after you've already sent the item. You'll get they call it an adjustment. You get like another $2 or $3 added to your shipping cost. So you'll get a bill. Like, send this, 2 weeks later, get a bill. That's pretty common with FedEx. So I think the problem usually is people underestimating the size. Like, they measure it, it says 35, they just put 35. I always just bump it up 1 inch. So, okay, I normally would cut off the camera and then go in here and put in all the information, but there's only 4 listings, so we might as well just stay together and do the whole thing on camera. One less thing to have to edit. Okay, so I have a bulk shipping link. I click that. I'm gonna put these out in a way where I can get to them easily. Okay, Valley of Vision collection, 14 ounces. 1, 4, and it's 9 by 7 by 4. If you're starting out on eBay, I would recommend that you measure and weigh everything when you list it to get a shipping price, and then measure and weigh everything again after the fact to make sure you're paying for what you're actually shipping. Okay, through the radio, this is 3 pounds, which is pretty heavy. 13 by 11 by 3. Medium mail on this is gonna be $4.63, and Ground Advantage is only $4.33. So I'm gonna do the $4.33. I'm gonna upgrade this guy's shipping to a better shipping, which has insurance on it, and it's gonna cost me less money. So that's a good situation. Okay, FedEx is 1 pound, 12 ounces, 32 by, I have 6 by 6 in here, let's see. 6 by 6, let me change it to 5 by 5 and see if it gets cheaper. No, it's exactly the same price. So I'm gonna overestimate again to make sure that they don't charge me in the future. So this costs $7.49 to ship that poster. I'll come back in a minute and tell you how much we made on each one of these items. Okay, 3 pounds, 0 ounces, 19 by 3 by 2. That's good. $10.67. Where's this going? All the way to Washington State. So I'm in Chicago in the middle of the country. Washington's about as far away from here as you can get. Okay, this garage door opening thing, we earned $40.86. The circus poster, $60.88. So yesterday's total profits is $101.74, which is a little low on the low end, but anything over $100 feels successful. And I basically need to make $100 a day until the end of the month in order to try to meet the goal that I'm heading for. Okay, through the radio Holy Bible, this one we earned $16.43. And the Valley of Vision, this is a prayer book, $11.67. So right now, today, we're only at $28 just for those 2 orders. Hopefully some more will come in, and then we'll be able to hit hit that goal for the end of the year. I mean, the end of the month. The goal right now is just to match the same amount of money, the same amount of profit that we made last year at this time. So let me start printing these labels. Print, print, print. Okay, they'll be coming here in a second. All right, let's look at this. So right now, last year at this time in May, we made $2,240 profit. Right now, we're almost $500 shy of that, $491.99 and change. So we need to make $500 by the next 7 days, which is, it's possible. If we can get a couple of $100 days in there, we'll be doing okay. And if we can get even more than that, that's even better. So hopefully we get 1 or 2 big days before the end of the month. I'm not holding my breath. I think it's very possible we're not going to hit that goal that I'm striving for. Okay, this is going to FedEx. So I'm going to have to take a little drive today to the post office and to FedEx. And then the last one here, garage door opener. Okay, so I'm going to leave right now, get this stuff to the post office. And then we're going to hit the road in a couple of hours to take a little vacation. So thanks for watching. I have a few videos scheduled over the next couple of days. They are photo session videos. So if you like those kind of videos, there's going to be 2 of them one for tomorrow, 1 for Monday. And then hopefully Tuesday we'll be back to normal, just packing up stuff and shipping it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.